oceanic detector is considered an innovative technology that will certainly assist humans in the ocean clearance. To the side, the device is equipped with a large glass LED sonar system to detect obstacles while cruising. The wings help the manipulations of angle of attack, as for the filter hole will be serving as the ghost nest collector while letting small and disposable stuff such as small fish pass through. There's also a sonar facing downwards, for fear that the device will hit or damage by the ocean terrain. As for the LED light, it will be functioning to alert the fish to escape. With the line to stay moving, that's pointed the opposite direction of currents. A single propeller is placed in the rear of the device. The total length will be 90 feet with a width of 6 feet 7 inches. Then release from. As just mentioned, the device will be placed on vessels to a certain area, then released from the bottom of the boat and start operating. After detecting the net, the device will then accelerate, letting the net flow through, and that's how it catches these contaminants. After finishing, the device will then return to the vessel, releasing the net they caught and prepare for the next mission.
So this is just a short introduction of the device and how it operates and how the exterior looks like. When it comes to the size here, we categorize them into two parts. The first one will be the large size, which will be imitating the world-renowned sperm whale and ranging from 14 to 16 meters in length with a width of 1.5 to 2 meters. And the next one will be the small size, imitating these adorable dolphins here, and it is 2 to 3 meters long and 0.5 meters wide. So now I'm going to have my microphone to Candice, who will introduce the technologies on our device.
And now I would like to introduce our detecting construction. And first, sonar system. We will install two sonar systems in the detectors. And one can detect forward for searching those abandoned fishing nets in the ocean. And the other one can search downward for avoiding disturbance and potential danger, such as for avoiding striking a reef or being stranded. And second, LOD light and acoustic system. The LOD light is for recognizing snuggle fish, because fish might disrupt catching the net, and while acoustic system is for driving the fish away. And third, filter device. We will imitate the whale's balloons, then the filter device can filter water out to catch the net, and it can also catch other marine trash. And power source. First, we will use the principle of the AUV, which is autonomous underwater vehicle, and to dump down the water automatically and to detect. And second, we will change the direction of the wings on both sides and to go flow to the water surface. And third, the most important, we will load one propeller on each detector to give it power source and to move on. Material part. We plan to find a material which is flexible, strong, and lightweight, such as aluminum alloy. Project resources integration. We plan to make a cooperation of government and non-government. And in government part, the entire detecting process will be on the oceanographic research ship. And while in non-government part, we will combine Taiwan deep sea station mode of operation to work. Execution strategy. We divide the whole plan into 3 stages. And the first stage is for designing computing programs, including solar systems and fish avoidance systems. Then install them to the detectors. And the second stage is to devise the exterior and to seek out the proper substance and load other devices such as filter device into the detectors. And the final stage is to conduct the experimental phase and to ensure its effectiveness. Take decisions. We divide the whole project into 5 departments. And the first department is material department. You need to seek the suitable components and meanwhile try to bring the fuels contaminants to the ocean. And construction department is responsible for designing computing programs, including those systems I mentioned, and those other function accessories to detectors. And exterior department will build the outer surface into a straight line. Experiment department will conduct the first stage test, and development department will assess all the strengths and weaknesses and commence manufacturing the detectors. Work schedule and budget planning. The entire project will take total 1 year and cost $2 million, and we'll divide the whole project into 3 periods. And the first period is for material and exterior. It will take 3 months and cost $600,000. And the second period is for construction, and it will take 3 months and cost $800,000. And the last period is for experiments and development. It will take 3 months and cost $600,000. Expected results. We hope each detector will catch 1 to 2 fish nets in the ocean. And second, we hope to reduce 1/10 of the total number of fish nets in the ocean, especially for experimental phase. And last, we hope to create a win-win situation between the human convenience and ocean preservation, so to live with ocean in harmony. The above is our presentation. Thanks for listening.
We'll have 3 minutes each.
Okay. Is it on? Oh, no. Okay. Thank you. Great job. Thank you so much. I think you are addressing one of the important marine debris issues with fishing gear. It's one of the most deadly debris out there, as you very well described. I also like to see that you plan to cooperate with civic entities and the government and with the shipping industry to implement your project. I also really like to see that you use something we call biomimicry. So when you were talking about your device being like a sperm whale or being like a dolphin, that's very cool. So we can look for solutions in nature, which is biomimicry. So my question, have you thought about, so the materials you're using are fairly light. It sounded like you were trying to be light and streamlined, but fishing nets are actually quite heavy. And so have you really thought about the weight change that this autonomous vehicle would experience as it collects debris, and then just really thinking about what that means for getting it back to the boat and how it would operate?
So we just talked about the line, how line material should be, and when it comes to the weight part here, we expected to use our wings, also other propeller, like one propeller in the rear to float to the water. So the weight of it, it might not be that much concern as we expected.
Okay, I think your next step, you'd want to build like a small scale version and then put some weight in there and see how powerful your propeller would actually need to be. But that, of course, is next step. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. I think wonderful job. I cannot wait to buy one from you. So yeah, you know, in the past year, actually government invests a lot to hire diver to go to the water, try to collect those ghost fishing. So if you can have the machine, would be wonderful. So I think I have 3 questions. The first one, you mentioned you are using the light to scare the fish, but as far as I know, maybe some fish will be attracted by the light, but not scared. So maybe you should be think about that. And the second one, because usually the ghost net will entangle to those rocks. So this is why we need diver to collect them. Then how can you try to collect those net by your machine? And the third one, I think the last slide you mentioned you try to collect 1/10 of the net. I'm just wondering, you think how many machines do you need to collect 1/10? Because there are so many all over the world. Thank you.
So you answer the questions after judge's comment and question, okay? Yeah, right. Okay, so I think your presentation is very impressive. The ghost fishing net actually is a very important issue. And then you actually you are a high school student, but you apply what you learned, design this detector. I think that's very good to show you apply your knowledge. Then your presentation is clear also, and I very glad that you had 1 boy, 1 girl, so equal gender. Actually, high biodiversity and combined boy girls will have the best achievement. Then in your presentation, not only you have slides, you also have videos, so make it more clear. But then the video, I think you know it is too long, so you try to shorten the time. So it reflects your response is faster. That's very good. Then, I think you think the question is big and also shows your ambitions also extremely big, because your plan is within 1 year. You request $2 million to achieve the goal. So I think maybe you need some collaborator. They are good at the financial estimation and management. So could you explain what's your idea how to spend this $2 million within 1 year, and what kind of experts or companies you think it should work with you, so you can achieve this goal? Or maybe you, what's the possibility you can extend the years? So do a pilot study, then to try different ideas, which one is better, then make it feasible. I know, 30 minutes, yeah. So just pay attention, seconds, sorry. Just pay attention to the cost effectiveness, especially in this entrepreneurship age. Thank you.
So now I'm going to answer the second judge's questions there. The first one I remember is using the LED light to scare off the fishes. Since our main operating time is under daylight, and 200 meters deep into the oceans is not the place that light can achieve. So using the LED light is just for the particular usage. Some part of the world will be darker. The the twilight will be earlier, so that's just for the special use. And the second question is how to collect the ghost net or fishing nets that sink into the ocean. Where our main objective of goal is to catch the floating fishing nets that are still below 100 to 200 meters deep in the ocean. So as for the ghost net that's stuck under the rocks, we still employ the divers here to collect it. And the third question is how many the license will be reductions in accordance to the 1/10 of the dredge here. We're expected to construct 20 of them at first experimental phase, and then to see how it affects, and then judge later assess it, and then maybe decrease the production of it. Thank you.
And I will answer the third judges. And your question is how to spend $2 million within a year. And I think maybe we will depend on some government or non-government, their foundation, and depend on their help, and to try to make a plan and to spend the huge amount of money. And also how we get this $2 million, I think we will create a foundation platform and try to find the big entrepreneur or company in Taiwan and to raise this money and for this project. Thank you.